fear about, how AI is ruining the computer science degree, and that no one will be able to get jobs in the tech industry. And I really think that's not true. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just think, like, you know, AI is going to change things immensely. I think one big thing I got to say here is that, like, the days are gone where you could write some HTML and JavaScript and, like, blow the minds of everyone in the room that you're like this technical genius. Those days are gone. I think definitely, because like ChatGPT and LLMs are really good at coding and they can do those basic things. What I think LLMs are not good at right now is engineering or designing like a high level system, or having management skills. Like, working at scale in bigger companies, right? You need to think about working with UI designers, product management, with customers, sales. There's all these people you need to communicate back and forth with to really create a high quality software product. And I want to talk about that high quality stuff. Like, I guess it's so easy to string together something that will work, and you can find a customer and pay for it, and you validated that idea. But what's really hard is the step after that, where you need to build like a high quality software product in team and keep that maintained, because you're going to have to make a lot of high level engineering decisions, and you don't have all the data yet to like figure out how you should design it. So I don't think like computer science degrees are cooked because of AI. I think you got to focus on the engineering side, where you're designing a system, you're engineering something, and you're using data to make the best choice, but also focusing on soft skills. I mean, I think for the last few decades, like me going through college, everyone I've talked to for years, decades, have played soft skills down really hard. What I think makes you stick out as maybe a software engineer, or anyone working in tech, is going to be those soft skills, your ability to collaborate with other people in the most professional way. I think the days are going to be gone of like the high level expert coder getting paid like 300K, 400K for this, because it's going to be easier for people to learn how to code, but it's going to be harder for people to use those soft skills, right? Like, I think people are focusing so hard on those hard set tech skills. Like, they work and you should learn those things. Like, those are the basics. But if you do want to get paid more or have a leadership position, you need to work on those soft skills, right? So I don't think computer engineering or computer science degrees are cooked, right? It's not over for you guys, but it's just that you need to focus on a different set of skills. Like, I think niching down, even like I think one advice I give a lot of college students is like, get some experience and then also focus on something AI hasn't really touched yet. And I would say like medical data science. Like, if you look at medical data for CT scans, like, there's not a lot of people working in that space, and not a lot of people trying to solve those problems, like computer vision models, and like there's just so much opportunity. And then there's robotics. Like, robotics is a big deal. Like, that is a core example of like skills are still needed there to build, the UI, the UX, the hardware, and connecting to the back end. How do people interact with these technologies through like voice command? I think you got to be careful with ChatGPT a little bit. Like, I've used it for coding, and the thing is, I don't know how to put this, but it doesn't really strengthen your critical thinking skills, right? You're offloading your creativity and your problem solving skills to a tool to be more productive. But in the long term, you're not going to be good at problem solving, right? So, I use ChatGPT as a great tool to build something that I want to build and work with in the future, but there's going to be a limit. Like, I was using ChatGPT for data analysis with the pandas library, and it was doing a pretty bad job. It really didn't know the library that well. And it's like, okay, I have to go out of my way to go build an agent or something to understand all the pandas documentation to help me write this stuff. And it's like, okay, yeah, cool. But, it's still more valuable to go read the documentation, understand how you're using this library versus waiting for this tool to like get smart enough, right? You can still get smarter a little bit than it. And that really puts people's minds in a black and white mentality where it's like, oh my God, AI is going to ruin everything and I'm going to lose my job and I have no future prospects. And I think foolishly, if somebody thinks that's true, I think they're going to make some pretty bad bets on what they're building in the market, like who they're hiring to. So that's a really bad mentality. You need to keep learning. You need to keep applying yourself and not use ChatGPT as a crutch, and learn to develop some essential skills. Like at the end of the day, for a job, you're being paid for your critical thinking skills and your ability to deliver value up the chain of whatever you're working at, right? Wherever you're working at. And some of the great ways you can do that is like I said, niche down, think about user design, behavior. It's like, just don't build a sign up flow, because anyone can build up a sign up flow now because it's easier and faster. But like learn how to collect data and then ask yourself, what is a better sign up flow that leads to like creating more value or, revenue, right? And then there's leadership. Again, like I brought this up, like learning how to communicate across different departments. If the user story is broken, if the design is broken, like go talk to your teammates and get it fixed. And then like designing at a high level, like, you look at a whole code base, you're the only one that understands it, and the components are everywhere, like the React components or something. Like if it's like not organized and not standardized, that's a problem. That doesn't scale for the team. Like if there's no comments and there's no documentation, that's a problem. I know people despise documentation. I get it. Like no one likes writing it, but just write it in a natural way that another person can understand. And it doesn't need to be like technically perfect, right? Depending on where you work at. But I think that's all I have to say. Like, don't overreact. Just learn AI, learn the toolkit. I think it's a hype cycle right now. Like everyone's really hype. I think there's going to be a lot of startups that open and then close because they find out that like someone is already beating them to the punch. Like it's better to just focus on your core skill set. Like if you understand like a CMake compiler and you can compile code and like you can connect that with the LLM to like you can get really creative now. I think even in the design space, I've seen people build wonderful websites and that they had to spend so many hours learning essential skills to get like a stylized website, right? And everyone just wants like an easy answer to get the money and the degree, but there has never been an easy answer, right? It's that the truth is that you have to apply yourself to read the textbook, then build something, make mistakes, and ask yourself, where did you go wrong? And build it, Just from my experience, there was never like a shortcut, If there's a shortcut, please tell me the shortcut, because I haven't seen it in my life anyways, right? Like I started at community college, I went to a 4-year school, I had to get internships, and I'm very fortunate to be where I am. I'm really grateful, and I feel like everyone who has a YouTube channel or a video takes it for granted for the position they got to, and then they like quit their like high paying job. And it's like, for the average person, I think that I don't know why you would put that out there, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of like comparison is the thief of joy stuff going on in social media and computer science. Like all I'm saying is like computer science is really cool. Computers are cool. If you're doing it for the salary, like, it's a job for you to earn a salary. But if you're passionate about these things, just keep working on them and you'll be okay. Like really. But if you're not passionate, like if you can't sit in front of a computer for 12 hours, what can I say? Like, that's what the job is. You're in front of the computer for hours. And yeah, it's just, you gotta love doing it. That's one part of it too. So I don't think computer science degrees are cooked. I don't think colleges are providing a lot of guidance in this time. Like, what should you do with your degree? What should you do with your career? And a lot of what I tell people is get experience, like build something. Do not lay in bed and do nothing. I think that's the worst thing you could do. Just speaking from personal experience, like you can waste months just negatively thinking about, I want to do this, but I feel like it's impossible or someone else has done it. Like, I'm working on an idea on the weekends and I don't have the millions of dollars to do the startup. I don't have millions of dollars, I don't have the millions of free hours to just focus and hone in on it like I did in college when I was younger. Like, I'm almost 30 now, like I'm 29. And that's okay. I'm going to just have to accept the fact that I don't have the same resources or opportunities like I did in the past. And that I just have to keep going, even though someone might beat me to the punch on the idea. And that's okay. What really matters is that you kept going and that you actually ended up finishing it. And that's what a lot of people suffer from, is that we don't really finish our projects either. Yeah, I'll be the first one to admit, I have so many projects I've started and I did not finish. And that's okay. Because I did a project and I learned something from that. And that actually helped me out in my next project or my next job, career, position. I think just don't give up because you think the job market is cooked. Like, really don't. Like, there's just so much fear that is being created, and people trying to sell you courses saying like they have some unique opportunity or thing that's going to magically change that for you, right? If you're wondering what this is just my fiance's chair in the back. It's pink. It's picked up because it's like pink. But yeah, I mean, like, I just want to leave you on like a positive note. You got this. If you're struggling through something with like computer science, your degree or college or your career, like, keep doing this. If you did a startup, keep doing it. You can always email me. I'll email you back with what I think if you need advice too. I can share my mistakes. I don't have all the answers. No one ever does. If they say they have all the answers, it's probably a scam. Truth be told. But yeah, this was fun. I'm going to keep making videos like this, mostly because they're low effort. I've been working full time. Online colleges. And yeah, I just want to help people, I think, like, give some advice back and create this channel. Like, I had an idea to, this is more vlogging now, by the way, they're probably going to drop off, but like, I'm trying to make more like educational videos about product management because no one really understands what that is or what you should do. I'm trying to write a book. Am I going to do it perfectly? Probably not. But I'm going to try to get it done, and that's what really matters. So all I can say is keep going. You got this, and reach out to me in the comments if you want to say anything. Most likely or not, whatever you say on YouTube, somebody's not going to like it. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week. Hi everyone, welcome to my first vlog on this channel. So yeah, I usually make tutorial videos on tech and Figma and product management on this channel. And I'm going in this new direction where I'm doing a vlog style. So if you're currently subscribed, I just want to like know why you're subscribed. Mostly it's probably because I made like a tutorial video on Python and how to deploy on Google Cloud or something like that. Other than that, I guess I just want to like talk about the green screen is like freaking out. Just there's so much